Okay, so now we're going to talk about the settings and the details of our course. When I first created the course, I only gave it a name. I didn't give it any details, but I decided now that I would like to do that. So I'm going to use the Gears button in the upper right-hand corner, and I can open up my class details. I decided I want to give it a description, so I'm going to just say that this is fall of 2020. And the section name, I'm just going to name it, I can just leave it blank, but if you are teaching multiple courses, maybe this is going to be first period. Okay, and the room I'm teaching in is 512, and the subject for this course is going to be professional development. But obviously you're going to have math, English, social studies, whatever. Okay, I can continue to scroll and see some general settings. The class code, if I didn't like the class code, I could use this drop down arrow, and I have some options for the class code. Do I want it to be displayed? Do I just need to copy it? Or do I want to reset it? If I hit reset, it's going to give me a different code to use. And that's important because sometimes the font or the lowercase letters are difficult to read. You can't tell the difference if that's a uppercase I or is it a lowercase l? And so those you might want to avoid. And so you might just keep clicking until you find one you like. But you could turn the code off altogether. But I think I like it to stay displayed, and I like that code, so I'll leave that alone. Classwork on the stream. I have some options if I want to see those attachments and details, and I think I do. Or my other options would just be to hide it or show it in a condensed version. Do I want to show the deleted items? And do I want to have Guardian see summaries? If I want to add, when I enable this, I get the pop-up, and this is going to tell me that Guardians are going to receive a summary of their students' work and class announcements. And then I say, add all the classes you teach, and I say yes, and I'm going to go ahead and say add that. Google Meet, not all schools use Google Meet, but if your school does, you might want to enable this and go ahead and generate that link. Once that link is there, it is now visible. It's going to appear on the course for the students to see. And we're going to we'll get back to that. So grading, we have some options for grading. I'm not going to give an overall grade in this course because we're going to do some other things in my class that I may need to work out the grades within my own progress book or PowerSchool or whatever SIS information or student information system you use. But I can add some categories. And I decided I want my quizzes to be a default of 100 points. And I will add homework category. Those are only going to be worth 10 points. If you have other categories, you can go ahead and add them here and change the points as needed. So those are the course details and the class settings. Now let's take a look at what that looks like. We first have to make sure we hit save. And then when that hits save, we can now see the tile on our course has now changed. Students who have multiple classes, when they look at their dashboard, all the tiles for all the different classes they have, that information still is visible here. And when they open the course, that information remains. Here's the class code, Google Meet link, and so forth.